You already know there's a difference between being noticed and being chosen. A loud guy can be noticed, a flashy guy can be noticed. But the men who are quietly, consistently chosen aren't shouting for attention, they're commanding it without asking. Their bodies speak first. Their presence lines up the conversation before a single word is said. You've seen it in the wild. A man walks into a room and the air tilts toward him. It isn't luck, money, or a rare genetic trick. It's nonverbal power, learned, practiced, calibrated. And when you understand it, you stop chasing attention and start attracting it. If you've wondered why sometimes you can say all the right things and still feel invisible, it's because communication begins before sound. Tonight I'm handing you the operating codes, the subtle signals irresistible men use without saying a word. If what you're about to hear shifts something in your chest, stay with me until the end because we're just getting started. Start by noticing your axis, the invisible pole that runs from the crown of your head down through your spine, into the ground. Most men collapse that axis without realizing it. They bend forward to shrink, tilt their head to seek approval, fidget to bleed nervous energy. When your axis is broken, your presence leaks. When it's aligned, you broadcast calm certainty. Imagine you're being pulled up by an invisible thread from the top of your head while your feet spread and root into the floor. Your shoulders release. Not back like a soldier, but open like you're allowing life to come to you. Your rib cage expands slightly because you're breathing deeper than the room. You are not bracing for impact. You are inhabiting space. This is the foundation. You can't project warmth, danger, humor, or desire if your body is asking for permission to exist. The first secret is not a trick. It's an agreement you make with yourself. I belong here. The moment you embody that, chin level, spine tall, hips loose, you become the most interesting signal in a 5-meter radius. Now, presence without tension is everything. Weak men fake relaxation by slumping. Anxious men fake intensity by clenching. Both telegraph insecurity. True presence is stillness with potential energy inside it. Think of a big cat, not in the chase, but in the regard. The heavy-lidded focus, the slow weight shift, the quiet readiness. Do less, but do it with intention. When you enter a room, pause at the threshold for one breath. Let your eyes adjust to the social temperature before your body moves. People feel the difference between a man who rushes to be seen and a man who allows the room to come to him. That pause is your signature. It disrupts the pattern of hurried, needy energy and replaces it with steadiness. It says, "I'm not trying to catch up, I set my own pace." Women feel that pacing. It reads as safety and strength. Safety because you're under your own control. Strength because you don't need to accelerate to be impactful. Your eyes are the steering wheel of your presence, and how you use them changes everything. Most men either dart their gaze to avoid being caught looking, or they stare too hard and burn rapport. The sweet spot is a soft, steady gaze that lands and lingers just long enough to be felt, then releases. The rhythm matters. Glide your eyes through the environment like you're reading art, not scanning for threats. When you land on her, let your gaze settle on her eyes, then drift briefly to her mouth, then return to her eyes. It's subtle, it's human, it's honest. The brain reads it as interest and warmth, not as pressure. If she looks back, don't flinch. Don't reward yourself with a nervous smile. Let the corners of your mouth lift just enough to hint at humor, then stay. That micro smile says, "I see you," without asking, "Do you like me?" And if she looks away, let the moment breathe. The urge to chase with your eyes is neediness. The choice to remain grounded is magnetism. Your face is a billboard of micro-messages. Tension in the jaw reads as frustration or suppressed fear. A clenched forehead broadcasts internal noise. An overwide smile screams for approval. Relax your jaw by letting your tongue rest gently on the roof of your mouth. Allow a small, private smile, not a grin, just enough to soften your features. This isn't about being nice. It's about showing that your inner world is not in a storm. Calm men are irresistible because they make space for the other person's nervous system to relax. And here's the quiet twist. You can project calm and still hold edge. The edge comes from your eyes and the way you ration your expressions. Don't give everything away instantly. Let your reactions lag by half a beat longer than most people's. That half beat is read as composure. It telegraphs, "I respond, I don't react." Your hands are conversation before conversation. Open palms at waist level communicate honesty. Hands tucked too deep in pockets read as retreat. Hands flying everywhere telegraph chaos. Rest one hand lightly at your side and the other poised at your belt line or on the back of a chair, depending on whether you're standing or seated. Use still hands that come alive for emphasis. Touch objects deliberately. A glass, a menu, the edge of a table. Because the way you handle things tells her how you handle life. Fast, jerky motions signal impatience. Smooth, economical movements hint at mastery. If you're near her, accidental brushes are not strategy. They're noise. Intentional, ethical touch begins with proximity and permission. The sequence is simple. Eye connection. Micro-smile. A small lean in so your voice would carry if you spoke. Then a light touch that acknowledges her shoulder or forearm for a beat, not a grip. Read her back immediately. If she softens, if she doesn't pull away, if her body turns towards you, that's green. If she freezes, leans back, or locks her face, that's yellow or red. You don't push through a yellow, you return to space and rebuild comfort. Consent is not just moral, it's sexy. A man who respects signals is a man she can relax with, and relaxed women feel desire. Your posture is the stage, but your orientation is the invitation. Where your feet point is the truth. If you face her head-on like a human wall, you create pressure. Angle slightly, 45 degrees, so you're creating a lane rather than a barrier. This stance says, you can step into this with me if you want. If you're seated, turn your knee toward her, not aggressively, but enough to anchor your attention. Shift your weight slowly when she speaks, like you're recentering around her words. That micro-shift communicates, I'm here. And be careful with leaning. Leaning in too much signals hunger. Leaning back too much signals indifference. The art is in calibrated oscillation. You lean in to catch a detail, you lean back to give air. That push-pull creates rhythm. Rhythm creates intrigue. Breath sets the tempo. When you're nervous, your breath climbs into your chest and your shoulders start doing the work. Drop the breath into your belly. Inhale through the nose slowly, exhale even slower. Lengthening the exhale triggers calm. People unconsciously match breathing patterns. If you're regulated, she'll feel it. That's why the men who rush, talk fast, and laugh too loudly never land the feeling they want. They pump the room full of static. Slow breath clears the static. It makes your gaze heavier, your stillness richer, your gestures more deliberate. Before you approach, 3 slow breaths. Before you make any move, closing the distance, inviting her into your space, offering your hand, 1 slow breath. It keeps you measured. It also makes silence a tool. Silence isn't absence. Silence is texture. If you can look at her and not rush to fill the quiet, you'll feel the switch. She leans into you. That lean in is the current you want. Proximity is a language. Every environment has a rule set written in space. Nightclubs compress distance, bookstores stretch it. Outdoor venues dissipate energy, corners concentrate it. Learn to read the room like a map. The edges of a bar or a cafe offer natural anchors, places where bodies can face each other without the awkwardness of blocking pathways. Stand where angles converge, not in dead zones. Keep your back to a wall when possible. It signals you're not on alert because nothing can approach you from behind. When she's near, close the distance in increments. 2 steps and pause. Let her notice you. If she subtly turns toward you, take half a step more. If she turns away, let it go and resume your survey without drama. Pressure kills attraction. Pacing feeds it. Mirroring is not mimicry. Amateur mirroring is copying. Advanced mirroring is resonance. You're not trying to become her, you're aligning, then leading. Match one element at a time, her energy level, the pace of her breathing, her posture angle, subtly, invisibly. When alignment lands, you test leadership by altering one variable. You slow your breath, you relax your shoulders, you angle your stance more open. If she follows, if her body unwinds in response, you just shifted the frame. That's leadership without force. The result is a felt sense of safety. He can hold his own energy and mine. Women are drawn to that. They're not attracted to a shadow that chases them or a statue that ignores them. They're attracted to a current that can carry them. Your walk is your resume. Many men walk like they're trying not to disturb anything. Short steps, quick tempo, eyes down. That's prey movement. Predatory movement is not aggressive, it's unhurried. Take longer strides with a rolling heel to toe, shoulders loose, arms moving from the back, not just the elbows. Keep your head level as if there's a glass of water balanced on it. When you change direction, pivot through your hips, not with frantic feet. Own the path you take. If you need to cross a crowded room, don't weave and apologize with your body. Choose a line and move through it with patient inevitability. People notice, and a woman who sees you cross a room like you own time itself will invite you into her attention, even if she pretends not to. Social proof is a nonverbal amplifier. You can have perfect posture, calm eyes, and a measured gait, but if you're isolated and stiff, you read as unsafe. Talk to people, not to perform, just to be at ease in the social fabric. When others respond warmly to you, you don't have to project your value. It radiates through association. Laugh with the barista, nod to the security guard. Greet the staff by name if you frequent a place. Micro-connections demonstrate groundedness and kindness. And here's the pivot. After those moments, return to stillness. Don't become the dancing circus act. You're not trying to be the loudest signal, you're aiming to be the most centered. That blend, warmth to the tribe, gravity in yourself, is rare. It reads as trusted by others, not owned by others. Clothing is silent language. Fit beats fashion. Texture beats logo. Choose pieces that hold shape when you move. Structured jackets, heavier cotton tees that drape, denim that frames your build without suffocating you. Minimize visual noise. Too many patterns fragment your presence. Your silhouette should be clean, your color palette coherent. Darker tones create gravity. A single contrasting element, a watch, a cuff, a subtle ring, adds focus points without screaming. Shoes matter because they govern your gait. Wear something you can move in with authority, not a fashion prison that ties you to the floor. And scent. 2 sprays maximum, pulse points only. You want an aura, not a cloud. The goal is to let your body broadcast your message, not drown it in decoration. State management is nonverbal leadership. Your body broadcasts your inner dialogue even when you're silent. If your mind says, "I hope she likes me," your shoulders will creep, your gestures will beg, your eyes will search. If your mind says, "I'm evaluating, not auditioning," your body settles. One powerful reframe. You're not trying to win her. You're deciding whether she fits your world. That mindset flips your nonverbal code from pursuit to selection. The trick is to keep selection warm, not cold. You're not a judge. You're a curator. When you look at her, imagine you're discovering someone compelling, and you're curious how she feels in your space. Curiosity shifts your face, your breath, your posture. It softens your eyes, removes fear, heightens presence. Curious men are inviting, judgmental men are brittle. Use the environment to demonstrate quiet dominance. Lean with one shoulder against a pillar, but don't collapse. Let your spine stay tall. Sit at the corner of a table rather than the middle to create angles for bodies to face you naturally. Stand where lighting favors your face. Shadows under the eyes can age you a decade. If you're at a counter, place your forearm lightly on it to claim space. If you're outdoors, position yourself where sound carries to you without effort. Everything you do should conserve your energy while increasing your visibility. It reads as ease. Ease draws interest because it's rare among men who try too hard. Nonverbal escalation is an art. You're moving from stranger to charged familiarity without dumping words on the process. Start with shared atmosphere. You position yourself within her peripheral radar. Next, shared attention. A glance that lands, the hint of a smile. Then, shared space. You close the distance slightly, not enough to crowd, enough to be felt. After that, shared alignment. You mirror one element of her posture. Only then do you introduce touch, with eyes and breath leading, not hands first. The latter matters because it respects nervous systems. It tells her, "I can feel you, and I can feel the room." Skip rungs and you'll trigger defenses. Climb with patience and you'll trigger curiosity. When resistance shows up, relax more. Most men tense, talk faster, or justify. Irresistible men open the valve. If she turns her body away, don't chase. Pivot your orientation to neutral and let the moment dissolve. If she crosses her arms, ignore the myth that it always means no. It often means she's self-soothing. Soften your own stance. lean back, and give space. Sometimes, a few seconds of watching you not panic is all it takes for the ice to crack. And if it doesn't, you exit with dignity. No problem, your body says without words. I'm good either way. That lack of need is rare currency. Silence your fidgets. Fidgeting is self-comfort performed in public. It telegraphs that you're negotiating with your nerves. Replace every useless movement with a purposeful one. If you must adjust your watch, do it once, slowly, then stop. If you need to shift your weight, do it like you meant to. Hold your drink low at your side, not in front of your chest like a shield. Don't roll the glass between your palms. Lift, sip, place down. Your body should look like it knows what it's doing because you do. She reads those micro choices and, without knowing why, feels more at ease around you. The smile is a scalpel. A full-toothed grin given too soon is a gift thrown away. Start with a restrained micro-smile that says, I'm in on the joke of life, not please pick me. As things warm up, let that smile unfold slowly. Timing matters. Smile when you're genuinely amused. Smirk lightly when you're intrigued. Go neutral when you want to create gravity. The shift from warmth to neutrality can raise the temperature in a moment because it introduces contrast. Humans are addicted to contrast. Use it sparingly. Use it honestly. Never weaponize it to punish. That's boy energy. You're not erratic. You're intentional. Eye contact has levels. Level 1 is glance, brief acknowledgement, safe across distance. Level 2 is hold, maintaining a look for a beat longer than comfort. Level 3 is depth, softening the focus until her face, not the entire room, is the anchor of your attention. Level 4 is intimacy, the gaze that stays while the rest of your face barely moves. Use Level 1 to invite, Level 2 to test, Level 3 to connect, Level 4 only when the vibe is clearly mutual. Level 4, without mutuality, is pressure. Irresistible men don't pressure, they evoke. Your pace communicates your standards. Move slower than the room's baseline, and you create a gravitational field. This doesn't mean dragging your feet. It means reducing rush. Take a beat before you check your phone. Take a beat before you respond to anything. If she asks you something and you pause to feel your answer, that pause, when paired with warmth, reads as depth. The man who answers instantly is either rehearsed or eager to please. The man who considers is sovereign. Sovereign energy is catnip. Dominance and kindness aren't opposites. Dominance is controlled direction, taking responsibility for the energy and the logistics. Kindness is attunement, caring how your direction lands. Without kindness, dominance is coercion. Without dominance, kindness is mush. Blend them non-verbally. Offer your hand to help her step up a curb. Release it quickly so she never feels trapped. Guide her gently through a crowded space with the lightest touch at her mid-back, but only after you've made eye contact and she's already moving with you. Open the door and step through second if the space is unfamiliar to her. That small reversal says, I'll handle the world out there. You go first into the private moment. These are not rules, they're options. The point is to communicate, without words, that you can lead and you can care at the same time. Know your tells and destroy them. If you bite your lip when you're nervous, replace it with a slow exhale. If your knee bounces, anchor your heel to the ground. If your eyes drift, pick a fixed point behind her to return to after short breaks. Practice with a mirror, but more importantly, practice with people. Nonverbal mastery is forged in real pressure. Go to a cafe with the intention of practicing presence. Sit with your spine tall, breath slow, gaze soft. Don't hide in your phone. Let discomfort surface and dissolve. That ability to be seen without scrambling to perform is the root of all your future success. There's a myth that irresistible men are cold. In reality, they're warm with boundaries. Boundaries are nonverbal too. If someone invades your space, you don't apologize. You gently step back, re-angle, and continue. If someone is overly familiar, you respond with a neutral face and a micro nod, not a forced laugh. Your body doesn't reinforce behavior you don't like. Conversely, when someone meets you well, when you feel respect, play, interest, you give more. Your shoulders open more, your smile deepens, your proximity closes. Training your body to reward what you want and withdraw from what you don't is how you teach the world to treat you. One silent signal at a time. Use props as extensions of your frame, not as crutches. A glass held low becomes a pacing tool. A jacket thrown over your shoulder shows relaxed readiness. A book cradled in one hand frames you as absorbed but approachable. But be careful. If you hug a prop to your chest, you turn it into armor. If you fidget with it, you broadcast fragmentation. Everything you touch should look better for being touched by you. That's the invisible story you're always telling. When you're with her, reward presence. If she's checking her phone, your eyes drift to the horizon. You don't compete. When she returns, you're there fully. If she plays with her hair while making eye contact, that's often a green light. You reward by closing the distance slightly or letting your smile warm. If she leans in and her voice softens, you match softness and slow even more, like the world receding until it's just the two of you. These micro-adjustments say, "I'm tuned to you." Tuning is seductive because it proves that your attention is not generic. It's specific, earned, and responsive. When tension rises, the good kind, your job is to stretch it, not smother it. Many men get a flash of mutual attraction and panic, either cracking a joke to release the pressure or lunging forward to claim a win. Hold the pressure, hold eye contact a second longer. Breathe slower. Let your hand hover halfway before you place it. Let the air thicken until you feel that delicious weight in your chest. That's the moment she remembers hours later, not because you did something wild, but because you didn't flinch when it mattered. Master exits. Nothing kills allure like clinging. When a moment peaks, don't press it flat with extra time. Exit on an up-breath. Stand, smile like you're savoring a secret, and leave like you have somewhere worth being. If you're exchanging numbers or logistics, do it cleanly. Phone rests in your hand, screen open, you hold it steady. No rambling, no disclaimers. Your body says, "This is simple." And if there's no exchange, your body still says, "We had a great moment." You don't punish reality by sulking. That maturity cues future openings because grace is rare. Practice in low-stakes environments. You don't wait for the perfect woman to turn on your presence. You live in it. In line at the market, you stand tall, eyes soft, shoulders open. In the gym, you move with precision, not aggression, re-racking weights with care. On the sidewalk, you don't dart, you glide. This is how your baseline changes. When your baseline changes, attraction stops being a performance and becomes your default. Women aren't attracted to the costume. They're attracted to the man who forgot he was wearing one because he became the thing he was pretending to be. Understand the signals that matter. Green signals. She reorients her body toward you. She mirrors your posture. She plays with an object while holding your gaze. She initiates eye contact after a break. Yellow signals. She looks past you repeatedly. Her feet point away. Her smile is tight and brief. Her shoulders hike up. Red signals. She freezes. She steps back and angles away. Her expression goes flat. She shields herself with an object. Green means proceed with warmth. Yellow means slow down and widen space. Red means stop and step back immediately. Respecting this map turns you into a man she can trust. Trust is the soil where attraction grows into something real. If you want a drill that rewires you fast, run the silent minute. In any social setting, pick a spot where you feel visible but not exposed. For 1 full minute, do nothing but breathe and notice. Shoulders relaxed, jaw soft, eyes calm, half smile optional. Let your mind throw its fears at you and don't move. At the end of the minute, allow a single, slow, deliberate action. A step, a glance, a reorientation. Then another minute of stillness. This trains your nervous system to stop equating stillness with danger. Very quickly, people start responding to you differently. You're no longer broadcasting, "I'm not okay." You're broadcasting, "I lead myself." Another drill, the 3-level gaze. For the next week, practice 3 layers of eye contact. With strangers passing by, give level 1, brief, kind acknowledgement. With service staff or casual conversations, give level 2, hold for a beat longer than usual. With someone you find compelling, when mutuality is obvious, test level 3, soft focus, warmth, and relaxation. Your job is calibration, not conquest. You're learning how to create connection without a single scripted word. If what you've heard so far is shifting how you see yourself, stay with me. The changes compound when you live them daily. When it's time to move a moment forward, your body leads the logistics. You angle your stance to create a path. You turn your torso a few degrees and wait. If she aligns, you take a step and glance back with a smile. That glance back is your question mark. If she follows, you're in motion together. If she doesn't, no stress. You return and let the moment be what it is. Later, when you do speak, your words are simple because your body has done the heavy lifting. You're not building a frame with language. You're blessing a frame that already exists. Understand the rare quality that separates men who strain from men who attract: self-sourced approval. Your body tells the truth about where your approval comes from. If it comes from the room, you try to drink it through your posture, chest puffed, chin cocked, eyes scanning for confirmation. If it comes from within, you carry it quietly. Head level, breath slow, face open. Women feel the difference immediately. They're tired of men who need them as mirrors. They lean into men who offer a world by embodying one. Rituals, standards, rhythms. Even the way you stand in line can be a ritual of excellence, especially the way you handle disappointment can be a standard of grace. If you've felt rejected before, your body remembers and tries to protect you with armor, crossed arms, shallow chest, defensive angles. Thank the armor, then set it down. You cannot connect through a shield. You can only survive behind it. Survival is not seduction. Practice micro-exposures to rebuild trust in yourself. 5 seconds of open posture in a moment that feels risky. 10 seconds of holding eye contact after a joke lands. A slow breath when impulse says to escape. Each rep sends a new message to your nervous system. We're safe in openness. That safety becomes charisma because inner safety frees you to pay attention to her instead of managing your fear. There's a quality I want you to cultivate: appreciative noticing. Noticing is different from staring. Staring is consumption. Noticing is respect. When you look at a woman, let your eyes say thank you for the way she arranged herself, for the care in her details, for the moment you're sharing. Appreciation softens your face and relaxes your mouth. It purifies the signal. From that place, your body language stops hunting and starts inviting. Invitation is irresistible because it honors choice. Remember, attraction is not tense. It's alert and relaxed at the same time. That paradox is your target state. Your posture holds you upright. Your breath keeps you soft. Your gaze invites and tests. Your hands communicate ease. Your pacing proves you're captain of your time. Your proximity calibrates safety and charge. Your exits leave them wanting more. Your returns are better than your departures. When you live like this, words become seasoning, not the meal. Your presence does the cooking. I'll tell you the quiet truth most men never learn. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be coherent. Coherence is when your body, your intent, and your energy tell the same story. If your body says I'm confident, but your breath says I'm scared, and your eyes say please like me, women feel the split and back away. When all parts align, posture open, breath steady, gaze warm but grounded, the room recognizes a man whose inside matches his outside. That's why some men with average looks and zero lines still become unforgettable. They are coherent. You can be too. If this is hitting something inside you, drop your thoughts below. I read every single one. Tell me where you feel your axis breaking, where your gaze gets slippery, where your breath abandons you. I want to know the specific edges so I can sharpen them with you. And if you know a brother who needs to hear this, send it to him today. Don't keep it to yourself. We lift the standard together or we drown in the noise together. Let's close with a reframe that will change the way you move forever. You are not chasing moments. You are curating them. Your body is the gallery. Every gesture is a frame. Every breath is lighting. Every pause is negative space that makes the art pop. When you step into a room, your body says, "Welcome to my world. You can visit if you like." That invitation is always available because you built it into your stance, your pace, your eyes, your restraint. The man who understands this becomes a calm storm, felt before he's seen, trusted before he's tested, desired before he's described. This is what irresistible looks like when it doesn't need to shout. If what you've learned tonight recalibrated your sense of what's possible, stay close. Subscribe so we can keep building this skill set piece by piece and make it your default. And if something specific stirred you, an image, a technique, a moment, put it in the comments. That's how we turn insight into muscle. Your next level starts the moment you stop trying to be impressive and start being undeniable. Without saying a word,